Good evening, my name's Alex Campbell.
I'm Mark Palmer.
You're watching Dissecting Vikings. Yeah, so we open with Ivar and Hvitserk getting back to the old Kattegat, and it's a pretty hostile welcome. Everyone is, not physically attacking them, but jeering and yelling.
They're mentally attacking them. Their gaze is attacking them. Piercing gaze.
And then they're like, old King Harold's the king now. Like, all right, take us to him. And he's kind of like, Ivar is immediately like, we'll back you up and we'll validate your kingship and like, you got the two sons of Ragnar by your side. It'll help your cause. But he's like, are you just gonna be by my side though?
Ivar is though.
Yeah, he's immediately like, you're gonna try to overthrow me. And he's like, nah. And Harold knows, and Ivar knows. They all know. It's just the cycle repeating. Ingrid says it. She's like, they're gonna overthrow you. It's just like, what happens?
Yeah, not only that, but like, at the same time though, Harold, he's bored.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, what have I got to lose? The kingship's not what I thought it was. And then there's this great sequence where Ivar re-ingratiates himself to the people of Kattegat. And like Harold does this big speech about his brother Halfdan, which was really nice, and talking about the stories of the gods and all these betrayals, and then like it being forgiven in their lore and mythology. And then, the question comes to Ivar, and it's like, well, what are you going to do? Last time you hear you're a psychopathic, like, fucking god. And then you attacked us twice with the Ross. And he just stands up and falls down. He doesn't say a thing. This great little gesture of like...
It was like, just basically, I guess, playing to people who guys realize, look, dude, guys, what can I do? I can't even stand by myself.
I'm a cripple.
Yeah, but he was just legitimately using that to make people underestimate him yet again.
Yeah. Well, Ragnar gave him that advice. Use it to your advantage. People will underestimate you. And he's like, look at me. I'm fucking weak. I'm below you.
These people know you're not, though. These people know you are an absolute psycho who is an absolute fucking genius.
Yeah.
They know this, but they all just laugh and like, Ivar!
We're all good now.
Yeah, right?
And then, this episode, the first episode they're reviewing, episode 16, I believe. There's all these fucking great, really deep, like, emotional evaluations into Ivar, Hvitserk, and Harold. They're just like, they're so unsatisfied with life.
They feel lost.
Yeah, and just the quality and level of the writing, all three of these characters, it was so fucking well done.
I think my favourite episode is Ivar, though, how he's just sitting there watching people having a good time and like drinking and playing and all this.
Someone selling the arm ring.
What the fuck? Thing, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, that's supposed to be absolutely sacred.
Yeah.
He's seeing they're losing their way.
Kattegat's like a trading port now. It's not like a feuding, like, warrior system where they go and raid and come back. It's like they're fucking trading spices and food and shit.
It's working.
Yeah, and that's what happens to the Vikings. And this whole, last 10 episodes is, like, the end of the golden age of the Vikings. And that's exactly what happened to them. They didn't, die out or be defeated. They just integrated into England and into
Western society.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, though. Like, they realized their violent ways were unnecessary.
They kind of got what they wanted. Like, they went over and they conquered and they got land, and it's like,
Yeah, they got land fucking in way more places than I knew before I started watching this show.
Yeah, fuck it, went everywhere, man. America and fucking
Greenland,
Iceland, Greenland.
They went to what's that place fucking Björn went to?
Yeah, the Mediterranean, and Spain, and a whole bunch of fucking places, Whole bunch of places. There's this great moment with Harold talking to old Ingrid and Eric as well, and he mentions Floki, and they're like, we don't know Floki. And like, it really illustrates this end of this era and like all these legends fading away, and now you've just got these
Harold. He's the only one who knows who Floki was.
Yeah, which is so sad.
I know.
But it works so well thematically for wrapping it all up.
And he had this one moment where it's like he realised, he kind of just looked down. He doesn't realise that he's one of the greats too, though. He constantly feels like he's not good enough.
Yeah, and he's always been under the shadow of Ragnar and his sons. And even now, he gets the kingship. And this is so great because this is a fucking thing. Like, people have this lifelong goal and they work at it and they get it. And it's like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
I have no purpose. I don't know what to do with my life.
It's
I've got this thing.
You would love to be able to just relax and have shit fed to you and blah, blah, blah. But you spent your life fighting for this. So you're not able to just relax.
Yeah, or even when you get everything good, like it only feels good for so long. Remember Jordan Peterson thing, and like he's always talking about like people's ideals. It's like, well, what do you want to do? It's like, I want to go to Hawaii and drink margaritas. It's like, yeah, do that for like a month. Do it for 2 months. Do it for 3 months. It's gonna fucking stop being fun real fucking quick. And you're gonna be depressed and you're
an alcoholic.
yeah, you need a purpose. You need to work towards something. And then when you get that thing, it's funny, a lot of the times it's not satisfying. Watch a bunch of podcasts with like world famous, recognized millionaire comedians who are just like in a state of fucking mental illness and
just
chaos.
like sitting there smoking weed. That's what they like doing.
Yeah. So yeah, all those great moments, Hvitserk, like his whole story is him being not knowing what he should do or living up to his father or even his brothers.
As far as I could see it, Hvitserk was never anything outside of battle. He's really good in battle. He's very, very good at war. Just as a soldier, though.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Then he fucks some god lady and like gets inspired.
That was fucking weird.
That never happens to me, Mark. Whenever I'm down in the dumps,
A god lady doesn't just come down and
beautiful Scandinavian god is like, hey, you're awesome. Let's have sex. And I don't know why.
Yeah, that's weird. What happens to Hvitserk, surely?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
Ragnar.
not Ragnar. And then I was sitting on the beach looking at the same view that Ragnar was when he did magic mushrooms and was talking to his dead daughter. And the seer comes. I like how the seer still rocks up, but just to the sons of Ragnar. Like, it doesn't matter that he's dead. He still rocks up. And even though Ivar killed him, they're tense. They're pretty tense. But he still comes and talks to him. It's like, Ivar, what the fuck are you doing? You don't want to fucking sit here and be king. Go to fucking England. For fuck's sake! Look in your pocket. And he's got the chess piece in his pocket. I mean, they've been setting this up for so fucking long. Mm-hmm. The amount of, brilliant setup and payoffs in Vikings of, seasons and seasons ago. It doesn't get
forgotten. That's the thing. It starts off that was season 4.
Yeah.
And then it comes to a head now. And Alfred has his piece as well.
Yeah. So I guess because it was history and Michael Hurst kind of has a basic outline of what's going to happen. It's you can set it up multi seasons away.
As long as you're committed and you write it down so you remember to bring it back.
Yeah. And then Ivar convinces Harold, who is fucking depressed and down in the dumps. He convinces Hvitserk. He convinces the people. He's like, our life is fucking. Yeah, we're warriors, we're Vikings, we're conquerors. Let's go to England. Let's fight.
It was very interesting that Harold decided to go. I get it that he was bored and everything, but he's at the point now where he could just send people. He did not necessarily need to risk himself like that. And just leaving Eric there to fuck his wife, he literally implied it.
Yeah, he makes them both dual leaders, so they're gonna destroy each other, which they do.
Dual leaders, but he's really the one who has.
Yeah, but that's kind of part of the undermining fucking thing, You actually have power, but then he knows they're gonna butt heads.
And he probably knew she was listening.
Yeah, he's like, fuck this. I'm sitting around Kattegat dealing with trade and money and shit. I want to go and fight. These people are fucking behind my back. I hate my life. This guy's a piece of shit. How about you two tear each other apart? I'll go to fucking England. And as soon as he's on the boat, still in eyesight. He puts his arm around her. I'm like, you sneaky motherfucker.
He has no idea what's going.
Eric and fucking Ingrid. I like how she's a witch and was a big part of like Viking society. They're called vulvas, which is weird because that's a part of a vagina. But that's what their word for witch was. And yeah, I like all that weird tribal stuff where she's cutting her tongue and like cutting her boob and bloodletting, and he goes blind, which is great. But when it keeps on cutting back from Ubbe's storyline to that, I'm like,
well, yeah, because Ubbe's storyline's like so interesting.
yeah, and Ivar's, and then yeah, it's still good. It's just
It's in the wrong place. That's the only issue.
Should have happened earlier maybe.
Well, it couldn't because they had to wait till Harold was gone.
Yeah.
So that's the sad thing. It's the only place it could fit in, and it is compelling enough with the other two storylines that are happening at the same time. It's nothing.
It's nowhere near. I mean, yeah, we've been with Ubbe and Ivar fucking 40 odd episodes.
Ubbe's finally found the place he was looking for.
Yeah.
Ivar's finally doing what he was supposed to do.
We've been building up to this for fucking seasons upon seasons, and yeah, it's cool. I like how she like fucks with him, and she's weird and fucked up and crazy and psychopathic. But there are a few moments where it cuts back to it. I'm like, oh come on.
Yeah, this is unnecessary. We get it. He's blind.
Wrap it up. And then
there's that slave guy, which he gets to. He tries to get to kill her. I felt so sorry for that dude.
Yeah.
He was just a slave, and he just wanted his freedom.
Yeah, and he's so like poor and pathetic and like little. And,
and there's that chick, the other slave, who he thinks is his friend.
Yeah, it doesn't end well for any of them. Oh, well, actually, I think in the end she's like.
It ends well for her. She ends up like, what was it? Almost seemed like royal.
Yeah, well, she's like the leader of Kattegat now, and all these fucking great heroes are fucking dead. And yeah, they they get to England, and it's actually really great to see Alfred. All this like there was all this season 5 stuff with his mum Judith and his father Aethelwulf, and it was actually really cool and really compelling. Like rewatching it this last time, all that fucking stuff was really good. I think it's missing a bit though because Judith dies, and I really did like Judith. She goes through fucking so much.
Judith.
His mother.
Oh yeah, man, she gets her ear cut off and shit.
yeah. One sleeps with like Athelstan and cheats on fucking Aethelwulf, and then Ecbert's like, wait, what? The father?
Aethelred, you mean, right?
Aethelred was the son. Aethelwulf was the older one. They got bitten by the bee.
I thought it was Aethelwulf. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, Aethelred is the son who she poisons.
That is so brutal.
That fall. I'll cut that fall.
Oh yeah. You played that like so many times when we were doing that.
When I first seen that fall, holy shit! It's such an epic emotional moment with her betraying her son, and then he's just like,
what kind of mother are you?
So yeah, all of season 5 with her and her husband and raising this son to be this, supreme being was great, and it kind of, I missed her here. Like we got Alfred and we got his wife, but that's
just
it.
Fucking annoying.
Yeah, she's just like.
You want us to leave the castle?
It's like it's a castle.
You were going to get raped and murdered if we stayed.
Yeah. He's so logical and to the point where she's like talked about what people will think and the ideas it will set. Like we're gonna get invaded by Vikings, bitch.
Yeah, you clearly aren't familiar with what they've done in the past. They killed my Egbert and fucking old mate.
Yeah.
They blood eagled him for fuck's sake.
Yeah, Ayla ripped him apart.
That's it, Ayla.
She does kind of say, we keep on making peace treaties with them and giving them this money.
It's a fair point.
Yeah.
It's good, but the thing is that not all Vikings are conquerors,
Yeah. Well, there is like all these peaceful settlements there now.
Yeah.
York and there's one in Wessex where they're just living and doing the farmer thing. And now these other savages come over.
And they go to their fucking towns and they join them.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's been a while since I've had a fight.
Yeah.
I'm itching for a good slaughter.
Start raping and pillaging and burning down all the Wessex homesteads.
Was that their own, farms they were
I don't think so. There must have been
because that was my first initial thought.
Yeah, no, it must have been they're just trying to piss Alfred off to the max. They're raping and pillaging. They're doing the Viking thing, right? We're gonna march through Wessex and destroy everything and then fight you.
And then just chill out.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck. This is what we're here to do. Just destroy shit. So yeah, I looked up the main guy, the historical figure, Alfred the Great, and it's really cool because a lot of the same beats happen. He actually had this illness in real life, and talks about him being the linchpin of defending against the Vikings and preparing the culture. He actually built like a fleet of ships and translated the Bible from Latin so normal people could read it, and he did all this crazy stuff. And yeah, a lot of the main beats are here in Vikings, which is really cool.
He was a very important king.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, his Wikipedia page just keeps on going and going and going. And then, yeah, like, he actually successfully gave off his empire to his children who, like, rule and then the next generation.
It's just crazy how much a good ruler can do. But then you get so many bad rulers which are so self-centered and they're tyrants.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can help and evolve society, or you can just sit there and do nothing and...
And that's the kings back then when they helped and evolve society. It literally evolved everyone. Like, that pushed so much shit forward.
Yeah, like
but then a bad king will put you back into the fucking dark ages.
Yeah, kill everyone.
Yeah.
Like fucking Mao or Stalin.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's this great like, there's so much between Alfred and Ivar. Like, you got the whole like Athelstan and Ragnar who were fucking best friends, and it's like their sons fighting.
And they've done such a good job of translating that through them.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much there. Like, the setup is
and
fucking
they don't hate
incredible.
each other.
No. And like, they both have these crippling illnesses that they have to overcome through their intellect. So they're both battling against their physicality with their intellect.
And they're both there on the battlefield instead of sitting back in their castles while their men fight, which is so respectable.
Yeah, and we set up everything with these chess pieces over time and just built it to this great moment. And even though, I would like to see Judith here, and I'd like to see more of those characters who are all dead and gone now, and there isn't much, it's still really cool to see Alfred like cut off his hair and he gives that inspirational speech and he's like, fuck this, we're not making bargains, we're not taking gold, we're not giving them land, we're gonna fucking kill them, which is great, like building the tension. It's like, this is it, this is the last battle.
It's just sad because at that point he's probably like, I'm not letting those Vikings back on their farms.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like, those were good people, they were probably good people.
Yeah, well, we don't know what happened after this, but I mean, the Vikings did just end up living there and converting to Christianity.
Yeah.
We will travel to our garrison at Chichester, and with the sea at our back, we shall fight. It is the only way.
Yeah, so old Ubbe and Torvi and Otair and the rest of the crew, they're fucking a bad place, eh?
Mm-hmm.
They don't just let them get to the Golden Land. Like, they go through all this shit with Shadow Flatnose and the whale, and now they're starving and dehydrated to death.
It's being realistic. They left without any form of sustenance.
Yeah. And getting that prize is worth more if the travel was so hard. So yeah, they're like Torvi's baby. It's not fucking suckling and dehydrated, which is so dark after a last baby got swept overboard.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ubbe and fucking Otair. There's this great moment where Otair's like singing some Christian hymn and Ubbe just like sings this Viking
that
thing
was
over
so
the top of it.
great.
Yeah, and the way he sings it and just like the grit and the aggression and the violence in it, I was so like, that is awesome.
Which is crazy because he was being Christian before.
Yeah, and Ragnar and Rollo.
Ragnar was never abandoned it though.
Yeah, he was always open-minded to different ideas and whatnot. Or like Bjorny and Ivar and Floki, like, nah.
And Ubbe was, but he's like, this just isn't for me.
Yeah, he was just doing it to make the settlements happen, pretty much. Then when that happened, he's like, yeah.
Well, he had a battle. And once he embraced Odin, he fucking won.
Yeah, that's right. He beat up Mr. Frodo or something.
Mr. Frodo.
You guys know it's Mr. Frodo. That was a really cool battle.
It was.
Yeah, so he comes to heads with fucking Otair and he picks up something. He's like threatening to smash his fucking head in. He's like, I'll fucking kill you. And then, when they're on the brink of death, they find it, the Golden Land. And I presume that they either filmed in America or like Canada or Alaska, because all of these beautiful Serenic shots, it looks like America. It doesn't look like Ireland or wherever they were filming Vikings. It looks different. It looks like the American landscape, and they really go into the effort of setting this place up and having these big, long, sweeping shots. Yeah, the music's fucking great. And yeah, it does pay off more and feel better because they've been through so much fucking shit, and they're fucking here and they're walking through everything and all the animals, and it's just like it's a paradise. Like even like Norway and Sweden, like
that's rough to fucking live
frozen,
on. This has
cold,
grass, forestry, animals,
deers,
water,
eagles, just like food and everything. So they really go into them fucking just living in this place and it just being the Golden Land. And then it kind of twists and gets darker with these Native American Indians coming. A lot of shots are kind of like a horror feeling, where like they're just out of sight and like just behind a bush on a canoe.
What are these guys up to? And
building suspense, which is really cool. My mum was always into Native American Indian culture when I was growing up. So there was always she still has like dream catchers and pictures of Sitting Bull and all that stuff. And watched a bunch of documentaries
actually, I remember
with them.
a lot of those pictures.
Yeah, she still has them. So I really was fascinated by their culture growing up. And even though we don't get a lot here, and I do kind of wish there was more, it is really cool to see like the Viking culture, which I love, and Native American Indians are coming and meeting, which is such a weird fucking thing that happened. Like there were Viking settlements on like Newfoundland, like a little fucking island off the coast of Canada where they set up a settlement and everything. And I think that they were there for like a year, but they didn't have enough people to keep the settlement going, so they just went back home.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so and that in real life was Leif Erikson, who I believe is still Eric the Red, or maybe they're different people. But here, Eric the Red is just some other guy who goes blind.
Yeah.
It's not Ubbe. But of course, it needs to be Ubbe for the show. Like, if it was Eric, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, right?
You need Ubbe to do something. He's one of the main characters. Yeah, and then the Native American Indians leave, these little peace offerings, all these things from their culture. And I like the way that they're not immediately like, let's fucking kill them. They do have this peaceful, moment.
It's just crazy because, I don't get me wrong, I do not know a lot about tribal culture. Much from what I have heard is a lot of the time when they would see white people, they would assume they were ghosts, or they would try and fucking kill them on sight. Yeah,
that was the thing. There's a lot of different tribes.
I think that was more of a modern thing, I think.
Yeah, maybe they would have had to have more people come over and fuck them over before they got that idea. Or maybe it was just like, they look so different, we just fucking immediately on the back foot. But there were a lot of different tribes of Native American culture, which really separate from each other in ideology. So there could have been a bunch of tribes like the...
That's true. There would have been a lot of cannibalistic tribes, aggressive tribes, and they'd probably run into a good one.
Yeah. I think the Comanches were the bad ones. They used to cut people's limbs off, and then when they were still alive, throw them on fires and cut babies out of people and shit. That was fucking crazy, man. It's so cool too.
The Fijians are pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Like cannibals.
Yeah, true. It's so cool too because people believe that all the settlers came over and just annihilated the Indians instantly, but that war went on for 100 years, eh?
Yeah,
it's the longest lasting war in American history, and they were states of America.
Because they lived on the land.
Yeah, and they were warriors. They were nomads. They would attack a settlement and then they just leave, and they'd be like, where are they? And from horseback, they were fucking crazy, shooting fucking arrows,
Well, how are you supposed to fight against that? Normally, to win a war, you need to attack their home. If they're nomads, they don't have a home to attack.
Yeah, and they would attack, and then just
Unless you would burn the bushes, the tree, forest.
Well, they end up shooting the buffalo and just piling mass fucking tons and tons of buffalo. They got to the point where let's try and extinct the buffalo so they don't have any food because they're running out of other options.
That's an extreme plan.
They almost fucking succeeded in wiping out all the buffalo too. And they just let them rot in just massive piles.
What a waste of food.
Yeah, no, they didn't give a fuck back then.
No, of course not.
They weren't environmentally conscious. We're left on this fucking big, crazy cliffhanger of them after all the suspenseful build-up of the gifts and everything. Yeah, all the Native American Indians
all painted up and shit.
And
they're red, so it's Redskins.
Yeah. All painted up and looking menacing.
And they're fuck. You got paint? I got tattoos.
Yeah, tattoos are very cool.
I don't have to paint this on.
That's true. Yeah, so in conclusion, this is really the good meaty stuff of this final 10 episodes. Like the Roos stuff, like nah. We want to see Ivar and Alfred, and all the setup is there. And
Blind Eric.
And Ubbe. And Native Americans.
Yeah, Ubbe, Native Americans, Ivar, and the British.
Yeah.
Those are the two big ones.
Absolutely. 2 more episodes to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Skull.
Skull.
You know what we should do?